There we go. So, welcome to the stream. We're in the middle of Stormblood, which is the second major expansion to Final Fantasy XIV, so I am nowhere near the current story progress. I have played a little bit off stream. I did a Halloween event to get this nice outfit here, and then I colored it a little bit. Look a little bit like Dante from Devil May Cry, I guess. That was not intentional, but looks kind of cool nonetheless. So I want to keep progressing through some of the main story stuff and hope that that will lead us to some player interactions, maybe some dungeons, some boss fights, things like that. I don't know. It's been kind of dry for a while. There was a night a couple weeks back where we had both a dungeon and a primal fight, and it was really cool, but kind of been trying to get through content so we can see more of that. Now, when we get to the storyline stuff, if it is a voiced cutscene, I'm going to let it play out. If it's a non-voiced cutscene, I'll provide some light narration of what's going on, because I do want to engage in the story as well, because Final Fantasy XIV has an incredible storyline. So, the first thing that we need to do is go talk to a character, or search for a character named Hien, and the game is telling me to go up on that cliff, so we're going to figure out how to do that. One of the things that's going on in FF14 right now is they are doing a Halloween event. They don't call it Halloween, I cannot remember what they call it, but they're doing their Halloween event. So it's a really simple quest line that involves you kind of disguising yourself as monsters and spooking some of the people in Gridania, and then when you're done, you get this outfit. You get the ability to buy this cool, fun little cookie emote where you eat a pumpkin cookie. And that's really about it. Alright, I think I found where we're supposed to go. Let's see what's going up on the cliffside here. There's somebody. Interesting. So if this actually is Lord Hien, then this is a major character we've been searching for a long time. See how this plays out.
The Kami are merciful, my Lord Hien. I see you are alive and well.
Ah, you are come sooner than expected. So, my blade or my head? Which would you have of me?
The people of Yansha remain loyal to Doma. I have seen the fire in their eyes. They are ready to rise up and fight. The time is ripe, my lord. Return with us, blade in hand, and lead Doma to freedom.
Not less than liberty.
Welcome, welcome.
Then. A pity. It will prove far more difficult to deliver than my head. But if my people wish to pursue an impossible dream, then who am I to deny them? You giri, gosetsu, and
The scions of the Seventh Dawn, my lord. Good and true friends who opened their hearts and homes to us when we fled to Eorzea. Far across the sea they have journeyed to stand with us in the fight for Doman liberation. To oppose the Empire, as they have in the West, where they are lauded as heroes for their many deeds.
Say no more, Yugiri. Say no more. I observed how you helped Cyrena, to whom I am deeply indebted. For that and for the aid you provided my people, you have my deepest gratitude. There is no doubting your strength nor your character. It would be my honor to fight by your side. So, what of Doma? Arise, my friends, and tell me of our home. I have made my decision. Yugiri, I bid you return to Yansha and take charge of our forces in preparation for my homecoming. As for our esteemed guests, I would ask that you remain here with me. I sense you will be a great help in the coming days.
Your will is my command, my lord, but how much longer do you intend to stay?
Oh, only until I contest? I mean to return at the head of the Zayla army.
You mean to participate in the Nadaam?
Have you a better idea? Consider how soundly you were defeated before.
I'll explain what they're
Heroes
talking
may
about
have
in
ceased
just a
from
moment.
weakness, but we are weaker still. 'Twould be folly to challenge them without first supplementing our forces, so yes, I intend to win the Nadaam and enlist the aid of every able-bodied Zayla I can. Furthermore, by championing the mole in the contest, I can at last repay their kindness. Lest you forget they saved me from certain death, and a man who suffers such debts to go unpaid is without honor and unfit to lead.
Just so, just so. Our Lord has spoken, you giddy. But take heart, I shall keep him safe. And should it come to it, bring him back by force.
This is no laughing matter, Gosetsu. But if these are my orders, very well. Once more I place my faith in you. Pray look after them both.
Looks like it's up to us then. Though it does seem a bit risky. Isn't Hien meant to be the next king of Doma or something?
So they say, though in truth I am but a pale reflection of my late father. All the more reason to entreat your assistance. For ours is an impossible dream. To set in motion a revolution that will
Alright, is that it? Is that it? Okay. I'll keep going here in just a second, but I noticed we have a couple people trickling in, so thank you for joining. We're in the middle of playing out the story cutscene here. So this guy we've been searching for a long time. We're going to use him. He's the next leader of Doma, which is the region that we're in. And so we're trying to get his support to fight. What he said was he's going to participate in the Nadaam. That's a contest between the tribes that live in this region. And from my understanding, whichever tribe succeeds is kind of crowned as the leader of this area. So he's going to try to get their support, have them turn into an army to help him push out the bad guys that are in Doma. There's a short version. Alright, I'm going to skip through some of that. We've been taking the healing stuff just in case we switch to a healing class. And he's going to give us our next task here. Battle for... So, we're going to help out one of the three tribes. I think there's 3 tribes. There might be more. But we're going to help a tribe called the Mole tribe. And have them win the contest with our help, meaning that they'll join in our side. Okay. Alright, let's see. Welcome to the chat. Let's see. It looks like we have a couple people in here. Let's see. Welcome back, Jahir. I don't recognize the other people in here, but thank you for being here. If you are new to the stream, very, very much appreciated. So one of the things that I've been trying to do during downtimes like this, where I'm playing solo and don't really have much of an opportunity to interact with other players, is talking a little bit about the game design behind an MMO like Final Fantasy XIV. Ooh, hold on a second. We might have an interaction to help out here. What's going on? Yeah, we're going to join a fate. So, here we go. A fate is a kind of a event or a quest that pops up in the middle of the field, and it's a limited time deal, and if you participate in it, which usually involves killing a bunch of enemies like this, then you get a bunch of XP and a couple other resources that are valuable in the game, and anybody who jumps in and contributes gets some of that. So you can see that it looks like it's me and one other player right now, and they are making quick work of these enemies here. So we're really just kind of along for the ride. We do want to avoid the orange spots on the floor. Those are abilities that will do damage to us if we stay there. And it looks like over here it's talking about, again, this whole point of this fate is just to kill these Ochu creatures that are in front of us. The Ochu are a pretty classic Final Fantasy enemy, although they look a little bit different in this game. So we're just using some of our abilities here. Not much to say. What I'll do here is when we're done with this little fate here, which we're almost done with, that bar on the right side, I think it's filling up. It might be going down. No, it's filling up. Once it fills up, we will be done with this fate, and then we'll cheer on this person that we're questing with here. I am really messing up my rotation here because I'm trying to talk and play at the same time. Still learning that fine balance. All right, we're almost done. Let's get this one. You can see the other player has their chocobo helping them. I should have done that as well, but that's okay. I'll do that after this. Oh, we had another random enemy step in. This enemy's not part of the fate, but we should probably take care of them anyway. There we go. And look at that. They're going to help me defeat this enemy. Looks like this other player might have been a warrior. So we're going to go /cheer and /thank. Oh, /thank you. So I cheered them on. They offered me a humble greeting. Hello. And then they're going to go off and, okay. Goodbye. I'm not even sure what that was. That isn't, I actually kind of do. So I'm in the FF14 subreddit. I try to stick away from story spoilers. But that thing I think is called a Silkie. And it's a mount that you can just very recently get. Never seen it in the game though yet. Also suffering from the sniffles here a little bit, so I'll try to be mindful and mute my mic and blow my nose and all that, so I'm not constantly sniffing on stream here. All right, next story quest, we have to go up here. So let's see, anything interesting to talk about? Ooh, that looks kind of cool. Let's talk about this. So every zone in the expansions has these aether currents you need to go collect, and if you do, that gives you the ability to fly in the zone. So this ether compass that I have is telling me that there's one off to the west. That's a little bit far out of the way to us. It's over that way somewhere. We're not going to do it right now, but we'll be mindful of that as we continue progressing. Looks like both Lord Hien and Gosetsu are over here. Oh, we leveled up to 67. I didn't notice that. That must have happened at the end of the fate. Cool. Did we get a new ability? Or, maybe more importantly, I might have some Gunbreaker quests, some story quests for my class that I have not been doing. Uh-oh. Well, we'll talk to him because we're here, but that will lead me to another interesting point we can mention here in a little bit. I didn't even think about this when I hopped back into the game and started, you know, riding the bicycle again and figure out what I was doing. Every so many levels, I think it's every 2 levels in the expansions, I can't remember. But every so many levels, your class gets a new class-specific quest that you can go do. And completing the class quests usually rewards you with new abilities for your character class. And I bet if I check my actions, nope. My actions, there are probably some here that I have access to that I have not gone and unlocked. We have that one. Can't get that one yet. Maybe not. Either way, we'll look into it. So let's go talk to our friends here of the Mole tribe. Mole? See what they have to say. At last, the traveler comes. Please let this be a voiced cutscene so I can blow my nose. Hey, all right.
Serena, I am returned.
Ah, you found each other.
Ours is the soil, Hien. The Domans, and the Eorzeans too.
You know us?
The gods know you, child. As do the stars in the heavens, which shone bright at your coming.
The mole hearkened to the whispers of the elder gods, which guide us in our daily lives. We know them through the Utun, like my grandmother.
Hatun, I am come to beg a boon of you and yours. That I might liberate my homeland, I seek to rally the strength of the steppe. To that end, I wish to fight in the Nadaam, as a warrior of the Maw. Will you grant me this honor?
To stand with the mole is fruitless. Hien, do not do this. The gods may have willed that our tribe join in the Nadaam, but there is no path to victory. We are weak, and our numbers few. Even with your help, it would be impossible.
I thank you for your concern, Cyrena. But it is precisely because of the seeming hopelessness of your cause that we must needs cast our lot with you. Were we to join hands with a more favored tribe, our victory would inevitably be attributed to them, and no one would follow me to Doma.
Some quick stream notes
'Twas
here.
the gods' will that we fight. Mayhap this too is their design. Hear me then. As Hatun of the Mole, I invite you all to join with us in the Nadaam. Will you look after them?
Come with me, friends. There is much I would show you.
You... wait. I would have words.
I think she knows we're the Warrior of Light.
Singular radiance, shimmering, like a jewel of the dusk
She
mother,
absolutely does.
blinding in its brilliance.
The music track you can hear in the background is a recurring motif. It's the Scions of the Seventh Dawn theme. And anytime that they're talking about the Scions of the Warrior of Light, they use this track. It's a beautiful piece of music.
Stars flicker and flock to you. Before such gathered light, even the secrets of the gods may be laid bare. Some are fated to rise in grace and glory. Others to falter and fade, though not from memory. Both will be your strength and salvation come the end. Cherish the stars and the light they bring you in the dark. For you are a traveler, are you not?
Take the materia, because none of those weapons matter to us. My friends, I must warn you, the path upon which you embark is fraught with peril. You will journey unto the far reaches of the steppe to confront a terrible foe, as did the warrior Bardam in days of yore. 3 days he battled with the demon ere he returned to his people. So it is written, so must it be. Many who follow in his footsteps perish, lacking in strength of body and mind. Therefore, We must treat you to a great feast. Have I said something strange? The hungry fox starves, staring at the bull's testicles. Therefore, warriors should be well fed on the eve of battle. Not the food item I thought they were going to choose there. She does have a point. You have been keeping busy in my absence. A brief repast may be in order, lest we collapse of fatigue and malnourishment in the midst of our trial. Yes, just so. However, it will take time to prepare. Is there anything we can do to help? It might give us a chance to learn more about your people and their ways. Well, if you insist, I am sure that the others would be glad of your assistance. Would you go and speak with Dor Baelies? As for you three, you can help me with another task. For today's feast, the gods decreed that we lure Gulo Gulo to slaughter with entrails. Perhaps you could be the ones to do this? That your people look to the gods for guidance, I understand, but in your daily meals, I say your grandmother must be quite busy. Some days more than others, but every night we come together around the cook fire. Even babies must earn their keep on the step. Give over the entrails, Serena. We will bring you a bounty of meat. Shoutouts to Wooloo hanging out in the background. All right. Our quarry is wont to avoid the Zala and their settlements, but is fond of flowing waters. A thought occurs to me. How about we make a game of it, mister? I have 6 bags of entrail, which we may lure out Gulo Gulo. 3 for you, 3 for me. Whoever returns with a greater portion shall be declared the winner. What say you? Here we go. Then it is settled. Gosetsu will stand as witness. Let the game begin. Yeah, we went to a pumpkin patch this weekend with my wife and the in-laws and the kiddos, and it was a blast. But it was super dry that day, and I think that kind of screwed me up. I don't know if I have like seasonal allergies or what. I'm hoping it's just a cold. But I started to feel it a little bit on Sunday, and then even more so this morning. So. All right. These enemies are kind of cool. All right. You know, I made the joke a minute ago about, hey, check out Wooloo in the background, but Pokemon Scarlet and Violet come out in just a short while. November 18th, I believe. So we'll have to see if those are any good. Pokemon Company always gets my hopes up and then lets me down. I have gotten the last, I don't know, probably 3 main series Pokemon games when they release, and every time I'm like, it's fine. I was really not impressed with Sword and Shield. And the cool thing, you know, like they're finally doing open world Pokemon. Hey, you can go anywhere in the map you want to. But we're not going to scale any of the levels. The gym leaders are going to be the same level, regardless of when you... you know, if I choose to go do the rock gym first, and I go back and do the grass gym way later, the grass gym's still going to be whatever level it was intended to be. I don't know. Like, I appreciate that they're giving players the freedom to do what they want to do, but... One of the things, and I realize it's an E for everyone game. It's a kids game. It's not meant to be difficult. But if I go skip over the first gym because the game lets me and I want to go, you know, do it in the order I want to do it in, but I come back and those Pokemon are like level 12 like they would have been if I fought them when the game intended for me to do it, then all that's going to happen is my over-leveled team's going to one-shot them. The solution I've heard people proposing online is that, like, oh, well, that just encourages you to swap out your Pokemon. Instead of using the same 6 all the time, you can constantly swap out teams to have one that's perfect for the level that you're at, for your trainer battles and your gym fights. And that's true, and, you know, part of me likes that because you do get to use a lot more different Pokemon, but at the same time, it locks you into either a very specific play style that maybe some players don't want to do, because a lot of players get really attached to their starter Pokemon or some of the new Pokemon in the region or their old favorites that they come across, and they don't want to swap their teams out all the time. Or it means that I might just steamroll everything that I come across anyway. So I don't know. I don't want to be too down and negative on it until the game actually launches, because I do think there's a lot of value in the idea and attempting something a little bit different with the Pokemon formula. But we'll have to see how it plays out. In terms of starters, I am absolutely going with yep. Fuecoco this time, I believe, is who I'm going to go with. I'm usually a water starter. I have been ever since Gen 1. Squirtle's my man. I really liked Totodile. Mudkip, of course, for the memes, but Mudkip just in general is great. So for most games, I've chosen the water starter. I think in some rare exceptions, I've gone with a different one. Let's see. X and Y, I ended up going with Chespin at the start. And let's see. Sun and Moon, who did I pick? Sun and Moon, I picked Rowlet. So I did not go with the water starter there. But I did go with Sobble in Sword and Shield. I mean, Quaxly's cute. He's cool. I am tempted to go with him, and I know that Fuecoco is probably the more, I don't know, popular pick. But a little crocodile that's based off of like a pepper, like how can you not just absolutely love that thing? Here, I'm going to mute my mic again. Sorry for the sniffles. And with that, our game is concluded. Let us return to Mall Elo forthwith, and let us have Mr. Present present our meat to Serena. Wow, English is hard. Mayhap you are unfamiliar with traditional Zala cuisine? Let not its appearance deceive you. It is quite hearty and nourishing. Were it not so, I doubt they could have nursed me back to health. Hehe, you should have seen the state I was in. Welcome, welcome. Hope everybody's having a good night. We're just talking about the upcoming Pokemon release here as we were out doing our random quests here, trying to progress the main storyline. Alright, so here's the, there we go. That's fine. I should take that because that's tank stuff. Hey, we got a new follower to the channel. Thank you very much. Let's see. Hey, JJ Kool-Aid, it's Jeffrey. Thanks, Jeffrey. I've probably said this before, but you'll notice there's a ton of other quests here, but I generally avoid all of those and save them for if I wanted to level an alternate class, because the main story quest and the dungeons are more than enough to progress through and meet the level cap with each expansion. Plus those quests take a ton of time. The only time I'll stop and do one of these quests is if it has a little plus icon, because it means you're going to unlock something in the game, like an Aether Current or a Beast Tribe or a character class or something interesting. But if it's just those, it means it's just extra MMO fair quest. Go kill X, go collect Y. And we're not going to do it. Sorry, I'm skipping through some of this stuff unless it seems like it's going to be interesting dialogue. But yeah, when a new Pokemon comes out, I think I'm definitely going to go with Fuecoco. And then I was talking to one of my friends here, because we always kind of play through Pokemon together. And he usually eventually gets both versions of the game, but starts with one. And I think he's going with... I'll have to look at our text. I think he's going with Scarlet, and I'm going to go with Violet. So I really struggled between Scarlet and Violet. I like the color purple a lot more than I like the color red, although I do quite enjoy red as well. And I kind of like the futuristic, techie look, high-tech look of Violet, but I also really kind of like that primal, like, look of Scarlet as well. But I think I ended up going with Violet here. All right, we're gathering fuel for some fire. So again, we're in the middle of a story quest where we're gathering meat and now tufts for a giant feast that we're gonna have. Cool, I'm collecting poop. Let's go. We're gonna collect poop and avoid the Marlboro enemies. Let's see here. I did hear that there was a new trailer for Final Fantasy XVI, but I have not watched it yet. I'm a huge fan of not just this Final Fantasy, but most Final Fantasy games, and I'll usually give every mainline game a shot when it comes out, and usually beat most of them too. So I'm really excited. I absolutely loved the direction that they took the series with Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1, and so I'm totally down to see them double down on that kind of format in FF16. I heard somebody describe it as Final Fantasy meets Game of Thrones, and as long as it doesn't end as poorly as Game of Thrones did, I'm down. There's the last dung pile. We're the Warrior of Light, and the Av's out here collecting crap. Literal crap. Oh! We're gonna outrun this guy. We don't want to fight. There we go. Alright, Lise, let's see what's going on. Have you found your share? I did. I found 4 poops. Good work. I hope you took time to talk to the children while you were at it. I did not see any children. There they are. Lise, look how much dung we have. Well, I'm glad we're happy about it. Sorry, I'm skipping through the dialogue. The kids are talking about... Lise asked them what it's like to be a nomadic tribe that moves from place to place. And she said it must be hard. And they're like, well, no, it makes sense to us. Why wouldn't we want to do this? Why wouldn't we follow the food and the animals where they go? And they asked a difficult question about trying to go back to Doma and retake it. And they don't know what a nation is. They're nomadic people, so they don't know what it means to be part of a settled nation. A nation is the history, the traditions, the words, the stories we tell ourselves and our children, everything that came before and everything that comes after. The place we were born is part of who we are. We carry it with us no matter where we go. Whoever, whatever we become, that part remains. That link to our fathers and their fathers before them. It's not important to everyone, I suppose, and that's fine, but it's important to Hien and to me. Some call them all fools for listening to the Elder Gods, but it is our way, our pride, our nation? Something like that. It's something precious that you and others share, and that no one can never take from you. But we can talk more about it later. Let's go home. Dorbe's waiting on the poop. Okay. We need to go this way. I missed one of those plus quests I was talking about down here. So I'll have to go check that out later. And again, one of the other things that I might have skipped out on is I think there's been a Gunbreaker quest, or possibly two, that I need to go do. And so as soon as I hit a natural breaking point in the main quest, maybe once this feast bit is done, we might go check that out as well. Again, I've been trying to like run through these quests so we can get to a dungeon or something interactive. I've even played off stream for a little bit, and it seems like we're just in the middle of it. I don't want to call it a slog because it's fun, exciting stuff, but not really the focus of these streams. Oh, you mean you want us to wash our hands after we gathered poop? Suppose that's reasonable. Oh, that's cool. I like that shot.
She needed the rest. To come so far and carry so much. Hien and his friend, too. Strange that they should vanish so soon.
They appear to both be samurai.
Not troubled by your old wounds, I see.
Nor you by yours. I know I should have fled with the others after Father died, instead of blindly fighting on. It was reckless and foolish, and there was naught to be gained from it. Everything to lose, rather.
We know no path save the one we walk. I myself am in no hurry to meet those who have gone before. Not while I have still to make amends.
Well said.
You are none the worse for your time in the wilderness. On the contrary, I would say you have improved.
Come now, your victories still far exceed mine. Or have you forgotten all the times you trounced me as a boy?
I feared I would not see you again.
A life so fortuitously saved should be spent wisely. without regret, would I have traded it for our people's amnesty had it been their will. Instead, they have called for the sword, and so that is what I must be. Until this blade is broken, I can but carve a path forward. Were you truly so concerned for my well-being? You never showed it when we used to spar.
How you cried when you lost, and when your mother tried to comfort you, and when you inevitably came at me once more, swinging your wooden sword wildly. Lena's little Master Shun. What a fine young man you've become.
A man should not be addressed by his childhood name. I've told you about that before. The mask slips. And I was so close to cultivating a winning persona.
There will be opportunity enough for putting on airs after you have returned in triumph to Doma. Now is the time to show our true character.
Quite right. Which makes me think you should join us next time. I dare say you have a secret or two of your own to share.
Yeah, you could say that. So I think I heard that Gosetsu, his character model, the body is actually a Rogadin male, and then they put a human head on top because he's like a mountain. He's so big and broad compared to the human characters that you find in the game. And I think they used a male row model and then put a human head on top. It's kind of cool, if true. Guess we'll take this. We'll take the spell speed. So now we have to go undertake. Now we feasted. Now we have to go complete a trial. Once we complete the trial, then we can go participate in this contest. So we must follow in the footsteps of a legendary warrior from this tribe. Go find this altar, pray before it. Blah blah blah. Go far to the west to find it, beyond the ruins. And away we go. Are any of you guys planning on getting the next Pokemon game? And if so, are you getting Scarlet or Violet? Or in which starter are you going with? We're gonna go tame some creature, I guess. I'm only gonna blow my nose again. All right, now how far? Oh, so how far west do we have to go? And there's another quest here that's got the plus line. My guess is this quest is gonna give us an ether current, so we'll pick it up. But let's talk to Lise first. They have you like do those little interactions with characters a lot. A lot. You like Scarlet more? Yeah. What is it about it that you like? Is it is it kind of like that primal look? Is it some of the version exclusives? Do you like the legendaries? Because again, for me, it was a real toss-up. I like them both. Yeah, we're gonna get an ether current for doing this. And I really hope that Scarlet and Violet are good. You know, like I said, I'm skeptical. I think it's great they're trying something new with the open world. I'm worried about the execution, but I hope it's good. Pokemon needs to do something different. That's why I really liked a lot of things in Pokemon Legends Arceus. I had some problems with it too, but overall I really liked that game and how it changed things up. All right, let's go. There we go. So I needed them to collapse on me so I can do this. I don't think I'm hitting all of them. I'm just hitting one with my AoEs. That's fine. Oh, and I should have gone for the healer first. You always go for the healer first because they can heal their teammates. It's fine. It's not going to matter. Right? That's why the life of a healer is rough. You're always the first to blame, and you're always the first targeted. Oh, and they healed themselves. I should have watched and interrupted that. My bad. Okay, now that one's going to send me way over there, so we're going to go this way to grab the Sheep Snatcher quest. Yeah, Legendary is usually what I base my judgment on. That's what I usually do too. When I first played Gen 1, I didn't even know what Pokemon was. My grandma bought it for me, and oh boy. She bought me Blue, and then I got Red later. But starting with Gen 2, when they started doing all the promotional materials based on the legendary Pokemon in the game, you had Lugia and Ho-Oh, and I really liked Lugia. He's probably still my favorite legendary to this day. Maybe there's a couple that I would put way up there, but I agree. I like... Uh-oh, am I getting beat up on during the... I think I'm getting shot right now. Well... let's do this quickly. Uh-oh. Hunting sheep. They look like Wooloos. Oh, come on. Now they're just toying with me. How am I not hitting them? I'm gonna have to go back into aim labs for Final Fantasy XIV. I think I'm getting beat up on. Yep. But yeah, I agree. I based it off the legendaries a lot as well. Gen 2, I did that. Let's see. Gen 3's when I kind of fell out of Pokemon the first time, so I didn't really pay much attention to, like, Groudon or Kyogre. Dude, Heart Gold, Soul Silver is a fantastic place to jump in with the Pokemon series. Those are some of the best, those are, in my opinion, the best remakes that Pokemon has done since they started remaking old titles. Because they kept the integrity of Gold and Silver intact. They had the companions that followed you. I really liked the detailed animated sprite art that they did for Heart Gold, Soul Silver. That also had the Pokewalker thing with it, which some people thought was cool and some didn't care about. Heart Gold, Soul Silver is where it's at. And meanwhile, we get Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and granted, I didn't have any nostalgia for Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. I know a lot of people loved those games, but I got Brilliant Pearl for Christmas last year, and I barely touched it. And I don't have anything against the chibi art style of that game. I actually was a lot of people complained about that, saying, "Oh, why does it have to look that way? Why can't it look like a Switch game?" And that didn't bother me at all, but I just didn't care much for the game. All right, so we'll go back and turn this in, and then we'll head this way. The thing about gold and silver, whether you're talking Heart Gold or the original Gen 2, that was really cool was when you beat, quote unquote, beat the game, and then it unlocks the entire first region, right? So, you play through the whole game in Johto, and then they're like, oh yeah, now you can go and challenge the gym leaders in Kanto. So that was cool. That was a huge twist. Now, I hear a lot of people with their rose-colored glasses saying like, oh yeah, they basically put all of Pokemon Red and Blue inside Pokemon Gold and Silver, and that's not quite true. The map that you explore in when you go back to Kanto is a lot smaller, and it's a much shorter experience, but it was still cool. And the fact they were able to fit all that in the cartridge was sick. And part of that was because when Gen 2 released, that was supposed to be it for Pokemon, right? They didn't anticipate it becoming the largest entertainment franchise on planet Earth and that they'd have to keep churning out games. But now they're kind of stuck where they're at. That's why you've got 900 plus Pokemon now. You got so many legendaries and mythicals that I don't even know them all. You could do almost an entire Pokedex, 100 to 150 mons, probably with just legendaries and mythicals. Gen 2 is also where they introduced shinies for the first time, so that's cool. Oh, dude. There's a dungeon icon over here. We're going to follow this story trail then, because it's headed directly that way, and I just wonder. If we could get another dungeon in tonight, that would be awesome. What is that? Where's the healer? Where's the healer? There you are. I think I interrupted it. So I keep spamming my AoE abilities, but I think it's more optimal when you have 2 enemies or fewer to do your solo target. I think the sweet spot is 3 or more is good for AoE, 2 or less good for single target. Oh, that's right on the dungeon. Oh, please. That would be perfect. That's the case. We're gonna pop tank stance. Oh, it was on. We're gonna pop tank stance so we have it. All right. I mean, I guess I'll take the rogue stuff because I do have Say I do have ninja up to like 50 something. Yes. Okay. We have a dungeon. NPC. Okay, good. And say I want to do it with real people. So, what's going to happen is we are queuing up for the dungeon. We are going to wait for the dungeon to start. When we hop in, we will be in a party with 3 other players. We'll be serving as the tank. There will be someone playing as the healer, and there will be 2 damage dealers known as DPS. Normally, I watch the dungeon guide ahead of time, so I know how to fight the bosses and don't fall flat on my face. But because we're trying to do this in a way where we're interacting with other players, when I get into the dungeon, I'm going to vocalize that I'm new to this dungeon, that I haven't played it before, and if they have any tips or suggestions. And then I'm going to ask a vital question that I learned from last time, which is the group comfortable with me pulling a huge part of the dungeon? So, going to try to interact with people, ask them those types of questions, see if they'll be kind and offer me advice about the dungeon. Because this is the first time in a while that we've had a group or a party with other players. Looks like this person may have just come out of the dungeon. They're watching a cutscene here. They're level 78, so they're a little bit high for that, but they could be anyway. Playing as a Reaper. Alright, it says waiting less than 5 minutes. Usually your queue times as a tank or a healer are fairly quick because those roles are in more demand. So if you guys are looking for something exciting to watch or have people that may be tuned out that want to come back, we're about to get into it here. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to wait till the cutscene icon's done because this player here is watching a cutscene, but we're going to see if we can drum up some interaction with him as well. There we go, I'm going to wave to him. Oh, they might completely ignore me. Oh, they're in another cutscene. Okay. Yeah, they don't care. They don't care that we're waving. And then as soon as this dungeon is done, what I did last time was I ran the dungeon twice. See how long it takes to queue. I might run the dungeon twice again. I just like having that data. It's fun to run it through a second time after learning it the first time. Gives you more chances to interact with other players. Level up a little bit, that kind of stuff. So I'll probably run through it twice. But we're also going to try and do this Gunbreaker quest. So I'm going to go teleport to Limsa and see if I can at least snag the quest because we're queued up for the dungeon. We're just waiting now. When I was playing off stream the other day, I had a cool interaction. I was standing actually down here in Limsa. Look at all these people. This is like the social hub hangout all the time. You want to see people playing music. You want to see people in goofy outfits. You want to see people interacting, having some fun. This is where you go. You want to see lots of people AFK. All those chairs mean they're AFK. Oh, and there's the music. Where's it at? Are they playing over here on the ledge? The other day they were... Oh, right here. Yep. What song is that? Ooh, hey, the dungeon's ready. That's a cool Dark Knight. All right, let's do this. So again, we're gonna get in the dungeon. We'll introduce or let people know that we are new. Can't see what I said in the chat. I said, hi, I'm new to this dungeon. Any advice or things I should know? Also, are you guys comfortable with large pulls or should I keep it small? Tanking stance is on. And we will see what they're saying. This person is marked as a returner just like me. So, actually, think that, yeah. I'm good with as much as you can handle. Now, was that the healer that said that? It was. Cool. That was just fine. And that might take us to the first dungeon or the first boss already. Nope. Maybe not. Again, general rule of thumb, you always want to turn the enemies away from the party. That way when they do stuff like that, it doesn't hit everybody else or make them interrupt their ability casts. Oh, I got hit with that ability. That's no fun. Alright. Here we go. Okay, we should have snagged everything there. We're gonna sprint. We're gonna watch these bars to make sure that they don't take aggro away, that our party doesn't take aggro away. We're good so far. We're gonna take all 3 of these as well. Let's do it. I'm gonna cast a heal on myself. I'm gonna make sure I'm not standing in any of these. That makes the healer's job more difficult than it needs to be. Here we go. We got this. Oh boy, there's a lot of active abilities to dodge. You don't always see that with the trash mob. Sometimes the trash is pretty straightforward, but all of these enemies have at least one active ability that requires me to step out of the way. Tear down the wall. All right, here's the first boss. We're not even gonna ask. We are just gonna go. We'll wait just a second to make sure. I'm gonna see what that person does. All right. Turn the enemy away from the team. And I'm just gonna zoom my camera out. It's already out. I'm just gonna watch to see if there's anything interesting in terms of ads that spawn, mechanics to be aware of. I don't know what this crust ability is gonna do. Oh, it's gonna drop those. That's fine. Targeting a random party member. Can we interrupt it? I don't think we can. I don't know if that was an ability, that I was supposed to stay away from. Ooh, or if that was an ability. I see what it is. Those sheep and goats are not creatures we can target, but they will come to the aid of the boss. So it's just a bunch of extra abilities you have to watch out for. Pop a mitigation ability, because why not? No reason not to. Okay. Yeah, and I want to not keep moving the boss all over the place. Because that makes the DPS's job more difficult. Right, so I think what happens is that, that DPS, or actually that's the healer. They're just making sure that they're not standing in anybody else's way, so when he rushes, boom, it, okay, we're gonna get stunned for a second, then we gotta move. But that way when he charges, it's only gonna hit him. And I don't know if I can interrupt the charge by standing in front of it, or if it would hit both of us, but they haven't said anything else, so I'm not gonna test it. Oh, I moved. I shouldn't have moved. Now I want to move. There we go. Boss down. Anything we want? Nope. Nope. I suck at the non-combat boss. I don't even know what that means. These guys are doing a lot of damage. I missed that one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I just caused a party wipe. Maybe. Thanks for following the channel. I will take a look here in just a second. I don't think we're gonna do quite the big pull this time. I'm sure I could do it and be fine, but I don't want to cause another party wipe right after screwing up the first time, so we're just gonna play this one a little bit safer. What the person in the party told me was that I need to do my party mitigation, so I thought I did. I did one of them, which was Reprisal, which reduces the enemy damage around you by 10%. But with so many enemies there, apparently I needed to pop another one. Which I could have done, but by the time I realized I was dying and tried to react, it was too late. I could have even popped what's called your oh crap button and done something there. Hey, it's West Delaware High School Esports. So I don't know if this is Mr. Carper or somebody else, but thanks for checking out my personal channel. As we're streaming here, Final Fantasy XIV for one of my college courses. Again, all about interactions with other players. You guys came in maybe right after I accidentally killed the entire group because I was being a little bit too greedy. and playing like a dope. But the cool thing was, they gave me a helpful suggestion. We moved on. They were not jerks about it. And a lot of times there's just far too many jerks when you're playing online. Alright, let's go. Next, boss fight. So I think they said this is the non-combat boss. So I think we gotta dodge around these hammers. I'm gonna stand here and see if they say anything. Oh, actually, we'll just ask. No boss, just a lot of evading. Got it. Okay, we're just gonna dodge the hammers then. I'm gonna kind of watch what everybody else is doing. Do we fight this thing? Okay, so what's gonna happen is first attack, second attack. Cool. Yeah, I can't even attack it. Okay. Watch out for the checkerboard. And again. And again. Let's go. First trial complete. This is an interesting boss encounter because this means that everybody... Oop, they're standing behind pillars or in pillars. I don't know what that was all about. This means that everybody has to be able to do all of these mechanics. These abilities mean that we're going to get hit, so we do not want to stack up on top of each other. See? Like that. Alright, there's another one. Looks like we're going to do serious. We failed the trial. Uh-oh. If we fail too many, do we wipe? And also, it said that I failed one. I didn't think I got hit. Okay, we're going to stand behind his cone. Star shards. Are they targetable? The rocks are. We stand behind the rocks? Trying to watch what everybody else is doing. Can I target those warriors? I don't think you do any fighting in the dungeon. Okay, so here we go. Again, same thing as before. Oh, maybe not. Oh! Get back here. We're hiding behind the rock, hiding behind the rock. Oh! I didn't. I missed it. I was looking at chat. Woo! I don't know how long I have to stay up there. Okay. That was fun. I didn't do the best, but it was fun. And you still get loot. Oh. That's probably better than what we have by just a little bit. Look at that. Falling down the waterfall. That was cool. Alright, let's sprint ahead so we're ahead of the rest of the party. We're gonna take fall damage. Nope. Cool. Alright, here we go. We're going to get everybody here. Ooh, those butterflies hurt. We're just looking around to see where we're going after we're done with this encounter. And I also need to record a timestamp from the party wipe because that is a great note to go in my field research. Oh, we just got Indiana Jones. I did not even know that rock was coming. Good thing it wasn't instant death. Here comes another one. Alright, I got you. Come on, butterflies, let's go. Oh! All right, ready? We're gonna wipe the party again. Let's do it. We're gonna hit these guys too. We're gonna pop this ability. We're gonna try to stay out of the way of rocks. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. This one. That one. Oh, come on. I think we got it this time. I'm gonna even be safe and drop an extra one if things get really dicey. I have an oh crap button right there, which we will use. All right, all right. I think we're done with rocks. I think we can handle these enemies. That enemy's getting away from me. Snag you back. Hey, I think we're gonna be fine. Things are moving. I've got the enemy's attention. I'm not dying. They're not dying. We're good. We're good. All right. Face them away from the party. Seems pretty straightforward. Look at some loot while we're here. Nope, nope. 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 A few minutes ago we were talking about the upcoming Pokemon game. Whether we're getting Scarlet, whether we're getting Violet, whether we care about Pokemon at all. So if you have any preference on that, go ahead and shout it out. Although I do think our last boss is right around the corner. It sure is. Cutscene. Sample. I bet it was about 1 hour 7 minutes when I wiped. All right, they're all ready to go. At some point, wings will be targetable. Kill them. Got it. Anything else? Turn away for the eye move. Kill the wings, turn away for the eye move. And usually when it says wings are targetable, kill him, that's usually a call to DPS, not the tank. But let's go. All right, we're gonna pop our damage. We're gonna pop that. Get all that uptime. We're gonna pop arm's length to slow down the boss's attacks. We're gonna keep the boss facing away. Now, I think those are the feather things they were talking about. They're going to help cause these horribly damaging abilities. Again, at some point, the party can target them, and we need to take them out. They are doing a lot of damage. Somebody leveled up. Or no, I got some loot. That's what happened. Loot that I didn't need. All right, over here we'll see. Actually, you guys probably can't see it because of my webcam. Go, go, go. It'll show on the corner when those enemies become targetable. They'll appear in the enemy list on the side. But again, I think my webcam is probably blocking that. This is going to hurt. It's going to hurt real bad. Now, there's no reason... I can't even control my character. All right, there's no reason not to, so we're going to pop our invulnerability. Because that's going to make sure we stay alive. One of our DPS died. Okay, we have this eagle that spawned in, so we're going to take them out. Yeah, I don't know why, but I also got trapped in that ability. I lived. The damage dealer did not. So we'll see. Dodge the laser light show and the feathers. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. I'll gladly be your hero if I don't die here. Also, it's mutual. You're my hero. Okay. All right. Boss time? Boss time? Yeah, boss time. Let's go. I think we're gonna be just fine. And I think our DPS got raised. So that's cool. Pop that, just because why not? Get out of there. Oh, okay. Good. Again, when those happen, you don't want to run near your team because you'll end up multiplying the damage you all take and absolutely wrecking each other. There's the wings. Take them out. Right wing, left wing. There's some political metaphor in there. We ain't going there. We're just taking out the wings. Did that miss? I don't know if that missed. Okay, right wing's done. Take out the left wing. Okay. Alright, we got this. We got this. Boss is almost dead. There we go. Now, we'll see if I get any commendations at the end, and they're still not too upset. But I think the commendation should go to our healer. That's what I'm going to commend. Oh, they already left, so I can't commend them. We'll commend the damage dealer instead. So they did not stick around for the conversation at all. They pieced out. Although somebody said, no worries, all part of leveling, take it easy. Again, people are usually pretty chill about other players in this game. Now we're going to get a story cutscene here. I want to mute my mic and take care of the sniffles too, sorry. That would be a mighty tasty chicken wing. And a big one too. You would only need one of those bad boys. So now we're just waiting for the other two to get out of their trial. I guess I didn't realize we weren't completing the trial together. So, let's see. You know what? I just realized I'm going to take a note here. When the stream's over, I have a channel that I have to go follow. I need to go follow this WHS Esports. And then I can list you guys as a suggested channel. So if you guys go live when I'm not, it'll host your video on my channel and direct people to go watch your games. Oh, there's a feline who would desperately seek some attention. Gatsby, come here. It wouldn't be a stream if a cat didn't make an appearance at some point. Oh, come on. There we go. There he is. And, let's see. Oh no. Oh no. Instead, do West Delaware Esports a YouTube channel. I'll see if I can do that. I don't know if I can do that through Twitch, but I will see what I can do. So, if I can absolutely set that link up, I will. Here's the furball. I don't know if he's on camera. He's not on camera anymore. There he is. You normally sit perfectly still when we do this. You are not having it tonight, bud. The other thing about that, let's see here. I'm going to do this. So, my mount that I ride in this game, which is a chocobo, their name is Gatsby. His name is Gatsby. They're both Gatsby. All right. So we'll resolve this cutscene here, and then, like I said, what I normally do with the dungeons to try to make sure we have more of those interactions with people is I'm going to try to queue up for it and run it a second time. Especially now that I know what I'm doing a little bit here. But I'm still going to introduce myself. I'm still going to ask people about the fights. Act as though I'm new to it. and we'll see how they treat me that time. But I've had nothing but positive experiences so far since I started streaming it. I had one negative experience in all of my time with Final Fantasy XIV, and it wasn't even directed at me. There was a dungeon. Oh, do we get to fly these birds? That'd be dope. But there was a dungeon that we went into where people were dogging on the healer because they were asking the healer why the healer was doing damage spells rather than healing. And the wild thing about it is Final Fantasy XIV is a game where your healers are supposed to be doing damage when everybody's doing fine. But some people have the mindset of like, if all the health bars aren't 100% all the time, you're screwing up, you're not doing your job. And so they were dogging on this person for casting damaging abilities in the middle of a dungeon. And so it was just this weird disconnect, maybe from other things here. Hey, we got another follow here. Thank you for checking out the channel. Anime? Is that how you say that? Anime? That's what I'm gonna guess. If I said it wrong, let me know. Anime. Yeah, we got the Yoi Whistle. That's cool. We're gonna get one of those eagle mounts. So I guess we're not gonna turn him into a chicken wings. We're actually gonna fly. Although, I don't think I have access to flying in this zone. That's awkward. Let's see. You can now summon the Yol mount. Let's go grab that Yol mount. Mount guide. Yol. Watch this. Yep, I can't actually fly. Awkward. Still cool though. That's a really cool mount they give you just for completing the storyline. Like a storyline quest. But they do that a lot. If I show you guys the mount guide here, the Chocobo, the Black Chocobo, the Magitech Armor, the Yol, the Mana Cutter, and the Midgard's Armor are all mounts that I got through story progression rather than buying them. The only one that I got was the White Lantern. It's because I had a bunch of currency I built up from doing some other stuff. And so I'm like, oh, what am I going to spend all this on? And we bought the mount with it. So, let's see. Duty Finder. We're going to queue up for this dungeon again. And if we do that, probably going to level up. Right? Probably going to hit level 68. Hey, oh, it popped right away. Look at that. We don't even have to wait around to go in. They're so desperate for a tank. They want me to hop right back in. I'll switch to party chat so I don't have to use that. Hey, everybody. Hope we're having a good night. Let's do this. Are we okay with big polls, or should I play it safer? I probably won't wipe the party. Only the biggest polls allowed. Deal. Oh, I don't have everybody's attention. Oh, oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's bad. My tank stance is off. When I spawned into the dungeon, I forgot to check the tank stance was on. That's embarrassing. I was so hyped up and ready to go that I just send everybody off to their death. It's like, how do I not have the attention of all these enemies? Did I miss a pair? Nah. It's because my tank stance wasn't on. Alright, here we go. We got this. We got this. We're gonna be fine. Everybody knows what we're doing now. I just need to do my job and get out of these abilities. Everybody's health is doing all right. I think, so if I remember right, when you join a party, by default, it will often take your tanking stance off. And I don't know why. I know in bigger parties, you might have more than one tank, and generally only one of them needs their tanking stance on, and having both of them on is actually a bad thing. But in a 4-person party, you only ever have one tank. So that was me knocking the rust off and not checking my tank stance. You always check it. And the last party, they even said, hey, I don't care what you do, just make sure your tank stance is turned on. And it was at the time. I got too excited and too cocky and just went straight for it. So, you know, let's see, that would have been at about 1:28, or hour 28. So, I will take a note of that here in just a second. All right, let's jump in. Let's spin to win. Okay. Oh, I missed one. I don't have one. Get him. Okay. Taking some damage. Okay, I have all the enemy's attention. We're gonna get over here. All right, let's jump. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, oh, that hurt. All right, we're gonna pop the mitigation ability. Just because I don't want to cause a party wipe here. I think we would have been okay. But now we're really doing fine. Again, I love this dungeon because of the random enemies having lots of active abilities you have to dodge. A lot of times the trash mobs just kind of let you wail on them. Alright, first boss fight. Okay, give me just a second. I want to mark that timestamp. Again, I think it was 1 hour, 28 minutes. That's 2 wipes in one night. So if you're playing along at home, you can scratch party wipe off your bingo card. And then I fat fingered the keyboard right there and hit one of my abilities that I did not need to use. That's cool. It was intentional for style. Okay. This boss fight was pretty straightforward. You're only dealing with this enemy the entire time. They do periodically turn and go after another party member like that, so you just want to stay the heck out of the way. And then right after that, they're going to do a stun. It's going to hit everybody. Boom. And then all these other enemies are going to do that. Can you just jump over the earthquake? No. Was I too far away? Is that why it didn't hit me? Because last time I got stunned by that move like 3 times. Alright, arm's length is going to slow the boss down. I need to stop moving. Party doesn't like it when you keep making the boss move around. And I cannot believe we just waltzed in there and got everybody killed again. That's okay. We're gonna try the next pull after this one, and that was where I wiped us the first time. So we'll see if I can manage that one. What I screwed up there was I didn't pop enough of my active mitigation abilities. The thing is, you're not supposed to like stack them all at once because they have diminishing returns. But I think in that case, with such a uh-oh. Did not dodge the earthquake that time. But was such a difficult, not difficult, but high damage group of enemies that we pulled. I needed to pop at least one more ability there. And I also forgot that I have this. Reduces, oh, that's magic damage. I don't think that's gonna be a huge deciding factor here. All right, we're not gonna pull everything here because we can't. We can just pull this little enemy. They're gonna get smashed by hammer. Here we go. There we go. I can't even do a big pull here because I can't even move past this area until we defeat this group. Also, that music in the background, we talked about this for the last dungeon, but even like the everyday, mundane little story dungeons that you do along the way have killer soundtracks. All right, here's where we died last time. Let's go. One. Got all their attention. You saw it. We got all their attention. Now we're going to go over here. Here's the group. We're going to pop this. We're going to pop this. We're going to pop the healing. We're really going to hope we don't die this time. Okay, now if things get low, we're going to pop another one of these abilities. There it goes. Okay, we're going to dodge. I think we're going to be okay this time. Let's freaking go. All right, let's go. Move. AoE. Lost mobile cooldown. Yeah, that went really well that time. Good. Redemption. Now, if you didn't see this one's cool. This is a boss fight that involves no combat at all. You're literally just dodging enemy abilities the entire fight. So I don't have to tank, I just have to dodge. Makes me wish I was playing a character class that had a more reliable movement ability. All I can do is sprint, really. If I was playing something like Ninja, I'd have a teleport that I could use. So we're gonna dodge that. So the first wave's gonna go off, dodge, dodge. All right, now we're gonna get, I don't know what that did. We're being punished for failing the trial? No way. We dodge that. We dodge the checkerboard. 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 Failed to... You guys were watching that. I did not fail that. They keep standing in these. Okay, let me get out of there. Oh, nope, that's gonna hurt. We failed again. Okay, we spread apart here. I know it is a scam, Dan. And it said I failed it again! What is going on? Sounds like a skill issue. I know, right? And I'm watch this, I'm gonna get wrecked. Oof. Oh my. You're right, it's absolutely a skill issue, my bad. Well, we passed the second trial, I guess. Okay, move. We are safe there. Move away from him. Okay, gonna get that one. Right here's the safe spot for just a second. And then we go over here. Nope. Okay, that one I legit failed. I will take that one. There's your skill issue. Everybody's behind the rock. Ooh. Okay, this one we should be fine. This is the one I failed last time. Cool. Done. Ta-da. Nope. Nope. Hey, we'll greed those. Hey, we leveled up. I don't need that. We'll greed that too, because that's tank gear. We don't need that. Now we're gonna fall down the waterfall. Cool. Alright, we'll sprint ahead. Tank stance is still on. And you guys missed the beginning part of this dungeon, I think, unless my Twitch stream was a little bit behind. The beginning of this dungeon was the best. Alright, let's go. Okay. Last time I got destroyed by a rock that burst through here that I did not know was coming. So, we're gonna move this way. At the risk of making the party mad, because I'm moving the enemies. And that way when the boulder breaks, we don't get clobbered by it. There it goes. I was watching chat again. comes the rock again. Is it gonna hurt the butterflies? No. Of course not. Okay, now we're gonna do a big pull here. We got the butterflies there. Quit hitting them, I'm gonna lose their attention. Okay, and then we're gonna jump on this one. And then we're gonna hit those ones. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. All right, there we go, healer. Good job. They were doing fine. They're just making me a little nervous. Okay, now I gotta move. Yeah, don't make their job harder. We have a hard time. I mean, it's true. It's true. I think humans in general are crap at it, but I've heard men are worse at it than women in general. The human brain was just not meant to multitask. And most people that tell you they're good at multitasking aren't as good as they say they are. Just ask my former high school students, RIP. Oh shoot, I don't have that one. My bad. Yeah. Some of them can. I was impressed by quite a few, especially the ones that were on the team. Alright, I'm gonna skip the cutscene, I've seen it. This boss is pretty straightforward. Just a lot of dodging mid-fight like we did before. And then there'll be a spot where we can attack the wings. Alright, we're gonna wait. Are we all here? Nope. Somebody's behind. Oh, they're watching the cutscene. Oh, I put the smiley face there so they know the let's go wasn't like a hey, let's hurry the F up. Okay, we're gonna dodge those. Again, we're all getting targeted by an ability, so we want to stand apart from each other. That way, I'm only taking my damage instead of taking mine plus somebody else's. Okay, we're gonna hang out here in the corner. Oh, we might as well use this ability. Oh, that's gonna hurt. I didn't dodge that. So you're supposed to look away from the eye ability, which I saw it at the last second and didn't dodge it. So, yep, my character got raged or feared or something and killed a teammate. So that's cool. And I think it was it was the healer. Oh, it was the healer. Oh no. That's okay. Let's see if we can do this. We play it smart. I think we can get through this without the healer. That wasn't me playing it smart. Not even close. Okay. Keep their attention. Healer's back up. I don't know what happened, but healer's back up. Can we attack his wings? Are we gonna skip that whole phase? No, here it goes. Here's the wing phase. Yep. Here we go. He's done. Accommodation to the healer. All good. See, again, people are bros in this game. Don't need that. 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 Is that cool? Is it cool? Yeah, it's kind of cool. We'll grade it. All right. And with that, we're getting close to the end of the stream. We're not going to wind things down yet. I'm going to do this story quest because we're right here, at least initiate it. And then we're going to go see if we have any gunbreaker quests we can do. We should have at least one or two. Okay, I'm just going to skip through that. So that dungeon we did was a trial. That trial is going to get us into this contest. If we win the contest, cool things are going to happen. We're waiting on the other two that went in to do their trials to see if they make it as well. There they are.
Mission accomplished. Everything still in one piece?
If we're being honest, if Brosetsu and this guy couldn't have done it, we'd be in trouble.
Monstrosity came as quite a surprise. Who knew that the steppe held such secrets?
I see the two of you emerged similarly unscathed. Well then.
Wishby's right. You don't need healers, just don't take any damage.
From taking part in the Nadaam.
So says the Overwatch captain who plays support. Well, I wasn't wrecking, yeah, exactly, see? I wasn't, wrecking Holly, I was in Holly's side there.
You! Yea, you who have walked Bardam's Mettle. Newborn warriors of the steppe. Our Hien demands an audience. You will come.
I remember he's Oranir, isn't he? What should we do?
Ordinarily, I would politely decline, but this may be an opportunity to assess their strength. And we do have some time before the Nadaam begins. If it all goes to plan, they will be fighting for us soon enough. What say you? Shall we go and greet our comrades-to-be?
I wasn't paying attention to this cutscene as well as I should have been. But I think one of the tribes that's not happy with us came up and said, hey, why are you helping the Mole tribe?
Whatever happens, we shouldn't keep Siren and the others waiting. Let's...
We accept your Han's generous invitation. Lead the way.
I was reading a thing about Overwatch tonight, and I don't know if this is true at like a high competitive level, but people were whining about how, not whining, but they were talking about how prevalent Moira is right now as a support, just because she's got a lot of damage output and sustainability, and she's good at countering Genji, I guess, who's really popular right now. I don't know if that's true of what you guys have experienced, but that's what I was reading.
Two banners. So it's not just Oranir we're dealing with.
Gotcha. That's a big house.
Most radiant Brother Magni, we have brought the ones you seek.
You conquered Bardam's Mettle.
As warriors of the Mole, aye. You were the Hien here, yes? Why have you summoned us? Mayhap to propose a joint endeavor?
Interesting that in this game, maybe it's the right way to pronounce that word. I don't think so. Maybe we as Americans always say it wrong, but the word Khan they're pronouncing as Han. It's like a silent K. Whereas like when I was teaching social studies, you're talking about like the Mongols and their Khans, you'd always pronounce the K. Hard to dive, hard to counter unless you time your abilities correctly. She's just nasty at the moment. I think they're looking into a nerf already. Yeah, and like, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like she's really valuable right now because with only having one tank, you're getting a lot less peel and support from a tank who can back you up. And Moira's a lot more self-reliant, I guess is the word for it. Because like you said, she's hard to dive, she's hard to counter. She does good damage and good healing.
Nay, Doman, we shall not speak as equals. Born of the sun.
Yeah, independent, that's a good word for it. I'm gonna mute my mic and blow my nose again. Sorry, everybody. I'm dying.
When I learned of trespassers, I bade my warriors take their measure, to flay them if they failed. But if by the grace of Azim they should survive their trials and emerge anointed, then bring them hither to pay tribute. Tribute, should it prove satisfactory, shall earn you the favor of the sun. His beloved shall bask in his radiance, and their supplications be duly considered.
So you want us to bow down and serve you? What if we don't feel like it?
The defiant will suffer in shadow. It would be an affront to the resplendent Azim himself to refuse this generous offer when by rights you should be condemned. But in lieu of tribute, swear fealty to the sun. Pledge to him your body and soul. Promise to serve him unto death, and you may know his glory.
When we tell this guy to go kick rocks, it's not going to end well.
A generous offer granted to but few. Though perchance this is too merciful. It seems our brothers of the Boudica want you. The men only. Like the Borlak and women. Though you know them not either, I'm sure. No matter. All you need know is that you will serve, one way or another.
That much does indeed seem plain. However, as we are but newborn warriors who know little of your customs, we struggle to conceive of ways in which we might be of service to the most gracious and illustrious sun.
You make mock of us, Doman. Do not do so again.
I don't know if that was supposed to be intimidating, but it did not work for me.
You will be given a task. It will be difficult. You will carry it out. When you have accepted this, you may ask me what it is.
Part of the map are we in? one cutscene to another one. Indeed, I did, and I even created a channel for it in the Discord for people that are playing, so you probably can't see it, but yeah, I've got a whole channel in the Discord for it. That way we can talk about our characters, we can talk about the game. There's even a channel in there for sharing your character builds and your outfits and stuff. And it's not just Jahir, Amber, and Jeffrey. It's also Travis was already playing, and then we got Nick on board too. And I haven't actually played with any of them yet. They're all just been kind of playing and doing their own thing. So I'd love to organize a time for us to actually like play and do something in the game together. All right, there's someone to go do grunt work. I'm kind of not paying attention to it. Yeah. I mean, whenever you get the chance to get into it, it's good stuff. And it's a slow burn. Like, don't rush through it just to like get caught up in something or, you know, whatever. Like this game is worth sipping like a fine wine. You don't want to just blast through everything like I did the first time I tried to play. And you can do free trial for the first, you know, the base game and the first expansion. So that's, again, a ton of content. In fact, I'll see if there's a way I can check my playtime on this character in just a second. Yeah, whatever. You're gonna go do grunt work for us. Yeah, I know. We're gonna attune to this right here. I don't know if I can do slash playtime. I know in WoW it was slash played, and I don't think that's, yeah. Woo! Okay, all right, there's playtime. 6 days, 19 hours. So 24 times 6 plus 19. It's like, what, 160, 170 hours? And I've been in this expansion for probably 20. So we probably had 6 days of playtime, and that was just a Realm Reborn and Heaven's Word. So that was all I did. I got 6 days of playtime on just free trial. So there really is a lot to do without spending a penny. And I don't think there were times where I was sitting there like AFK for a long period of time. Give me just a second. And also keep in mind that 6 days of playtime is accrued over, let's see, I started playing this last December, I think, and I played pretty consistently until probably June, and then I fell off entirely, and then I just started picking it back up. So that was over like 6 months of playtime, and I also have a wife and 2 little kiddos at home. So my game time's pretty limited. It's late night stuff like this. So it's not like I was playing for like 6-hour sessions at a time. It was usually like 1 to 3 hours a couple times a week, and it just added up. So we're not going to go do that story quest yet. We got the crystal here. So instead, we are going to go to town here. I'm going to show you guys something when we land. I was trying to show this and then the dungeon popped earlier. We've teleported to Limsa. Oh man, that's even more embarrassing than the party wipe. Nope, there it goes. Okay, I was gonna say, Limsa is like the social hub in Final Fantasy XIV. It's the town that everybody hangs out in. So there's a ton of people here at all times, and this is actually on the lower end. But when we were here earlier, there was a bard playing music over here on this ledge. All sorts of interesting characters running around. What happened the other day when I was here? Oh, the other day when I was here, I was sitting here messing around with my armor. I was standing over here, and while I was messing with stuff, I accidentally hit the unsheath weapon button. So I was standing here with my gun blade like this, and I got a message from somebody saying that my weapon looked sick, and we talked a couple messages back and forth about that. So that was kind of this really organic, unplanned interaction that I got to write down to use and talk about. And then they had this really cool outfit they were wearing where they had this pumpkin head on, and so I complimented them on that. So that was kind of cool. And yeah, you can see all of these different people. And again, this is on the low end. There's usually even more people. Like if you come to Limsa Lominsa on a Saturday night, this whole plaza is packed, and there's people dancing, playing music, just talking. The other night when I was on, there was actually people posting. There were actually people posting in the chat where they were talking about like going on like a ghost hunt or doing some like paranormal spooky thing. And I don't think it was an in-game quest. They were just like doing something as a group. And I should have hopped on and seen what they were doing, but I didn't. So, all right. Let's see. That's the Blue Mage quest. We don't need that. We don't need the Arcanist quest. I need the freaking quest here. Where's this one at? Lower decks? No, we need to go. Yeah, we need to go to the upper deck. That current weapon has a nice design. One can almost say it's micro. You wish it was microtransaction nice. Here, let me go show you. Let me go show you how to get this weapon. You ready? So I went over here. Hi, market board. Let's see what kind of weapons we have for a gunbreaker. Nope, 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 nope. Where is it at? There. Gunblade of the round. There you go. And I don't know what it cost when I got it, but it was about the same price. So $150,000 in game got me that weapon skin. And if you look, I have $300,000 right now and a bunch of uncashed in money bags in my inventory that are worth a lot more than that. Like I've been telling people, money in this game, borderline useless. So you spend it on cool stuff like that, right? If we look over here, there's not even any other cool ones I can buy. That's the only cool one I can get right now. Now, if we go to like armor and stuff, I could spend a lot of time in here kind of like looking at and trying on different armors and stuff, but that'll be for another time. Maybe we'll have a fashion show. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Purple. It's got the edgy one-winged angel sort of thing, kind of like Sephiroth. There you go. How much is this thing? 78,000. Look, it's even cheaper than the gunblade. Yeah, I did. I used real money to buy in-game money. All right, I need to go upstairs. So I'm gonna go see if I can get another gunbreaker quest. If I can, we'll do it. And that'll be it. So going a little bit long tonight, which is fine. And if we can't, then we'll just end the stream there. But I think, and again, I could be wrong, because we're level 68, we might actually have 2 quests. It's kind of a cool outfit. Samurai. See, look at this. This message in the general chat says, time for your Monday night spooks, and TNP has got you covered with DJ, blah, 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 and so whatever. So stop in for all your dancing needs from 9 p.m. on. So there's like some area where they're actually doing like these DJ party things, and I've actually been hearing about this a lot in the last week or so. People having like these like raves in Final Fantasy XIV. So we'll have to check that out at some point, maybe. I don't know where that's at, though. And I don't, is Gamba gambling? Yeah, here, before I take this. So the coat that I'm wearing is from the Halloween quest, and it's actually white by default, but then I turned it red, and I didn't mean to do this, but when I was done, I'm like, oh, my character's coat kind of looks like Dante from Devil May Cry. So, yeah, it's not bad. The Gunbreaker, the Gunbreaker's default armor is like the leather cloak type stuff. So they're not wearing heavy armor like a traditional tank. But then a lot of the gear they give you is like generic tank armor. So even though it can be used by any tank, and so it's like heavy metal plate armor. And I don't think that fits with this class very well. I mean, it kind of does, because I am using a sword, but I don't know. The Gunbreaker feels like it's supposed to be more agile, and so flipping around and doing stuff with heavy armor didn't feel right, so I have this, like, leather coat. Alright, we'll do this. Okay, go to Bulwark Hall. Where is that at? Lower decks. Okay. Actually, you know what? Here we're gonna do this. I don't know if you guys can see the emote that just showed up in chat. People are slapping booties up in here. We're gonna ask them about the dancing and DJ thing. I just want to see where it's at, right? That might be, it might be a great piece of data to have for this experiment, for this assignment. That person's got like the classic red mage getup, feather cap and all. And then there's somebody promoting gold selling services. There you go. There's your real money for gold. And then cat and bunnies as far as the eye can see. Bunny, cat, cat, bunny. They're just everywhere. I asked that person and they didn't respond to me. Oh, that's kind of cute. All right, we'll go this way then. We'll forget about it. I learned my lesson already. What game did you go spend a bunch of money on from a gold farmer, huh? Also, how old were you when this happened? I'm sorry you've been hurt, Dan. He didn't double your gold, but he probably doubled his gold. I've never heard of Requiem before. Ouch. Yeah, you were probably too young to even be playing the game, huh? Unless it was like a made-for-kids game. It's like the creepers that go in and bully kids in Roblox. Or the people that make the screwed up YouTube videos that end up getting recommended in YouTube Kids. All right, we're not reading these. They want us to get. Oh no. They want us to get information about somebody. Yeah, who cares? Oh, it was a very horror type game. Okay. A horror, like, MMO type game. That's interesting. I've heard of a lot of games, but I have not heard of that one. Hear anything useful? Yeah, something like that. Yeah, they're basically saying, yeah, this person we're gonna go look after is a bad dude. I'm gonna have to go look it up on Steam before I go to bed tonight. So what we're doing right now is we're doing a quest for our specific class. So every class in the game has their own unique storylines that you can follow, and so that's what we're doing right now. I kind of skipped through the dialogue at the opening part because it wasn't super exciting, but we'll kind of check this one out. I present Goldvite, Scourge of Limsa. His life is in your hands now. Guard him well. Thank you kindly. Are you sure you've got the right man? Quite sure. Now listen carefully. This is important. We've scouted the road ahead and we've spotted a group of unsavory figures lying in wait. The plan is to put them down and rush past before anyone realizes what happens. Well, if that's how you'd prefer us to handle it, very well, but we'll need someone to take the lead and cut through their ambush. I choose you for that role, mister. Show me how far you've come as a gunbreaker. The rest of us will stay close, blah, blah. We're depending on you. Once you've cleared a path, we'll be right behind you. We'll regroup at Ashen's Embrace and assess the situation. Speaking of like horror multiplayer games, did you ever play I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called Phantasmagoria. It's like some I think there might be two of them now. They're like a one where you go around hunting ghosts together. I've never played that, but I've seen a streamer or two play it. It seemed kind of janky, but kind of fun. I think that's what it was called. And then, of course, I've watched people play, like, Dead by Daylight or, uh-oh, dude, I struck something. I feel like it was really big. Yeah. I don't remember that part. Again, I never played it. I just watched some streamers played it. But it was like I think you could have up to 4 people. And it was like a co-op multiplayer ghost hunting type game. There's some messed up indie horror games out there, right? Like people that have no clue how to make a video game that just throw in the most horrible, stupid jump scare stuff. But something about the low-res, janky-ass game is even more terrifying. I mean, let's be real. That's how Five Nights at Freddy's took off. Oh, no, you're talking about a different game. Unless there's an old horror game that has that same name. When I'm done here, I'll look up the one I'm talking about. Point and click game that had actual cutscenes with real actors. Huh, no, I've never heard of that. So real cutscenes with real actors. It's they called it an FMV game, which stood for full motion video. Yeah, in like mid 90s, where you just said, that's like the time when those games were all over the place. Yeah. The early FMV games, probably the most well-known one, came out around the same time the original Mortal Kombat did. It was called Night Trap. And it was a Sega Saturn game, I think. And that game, along with Mortal Kombat, is one of the reasons why the ESRB got created to rate games. Because at the time, Night Trap was considered like horribly violent. But if you go back and watch it, it's like comically, laughably bad now. Like horribly so. I wouldn't be surprised if you've seen like a YouTuber or a streamer like do a playthrough of Night Trap. It's bad. Phantasmagoria on Steam. It's currently on Steam. I think that is the game I'm talking about. So maybe the one you're talking about was also called that same game, but it was from a long time ago. Yeah, dude. So I had a scarring experience with Mortal Kombat. It was okay. You had a different scarring experience because you got into the. Okay. Or wait, you mean too afraid to lose? Like you were too afraid of like losing to other people, or you were too afraid of like your character getting murdered horribly when they died? Right, yeah. I don't remember which. I think it was the first 3D Mortal Kombat. I don't know if that was 3, like Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 or something. I don't remember which one it was. But at the local arcade we used to have here in Marshalltown, for a while they had that cabinet. And the messed up thing was it was facing out into the mall. Like it was the one that was to attract people to come in. It was like the fighting game that was right at the front. So I played that, and I played a Mortal Kombat before. I didn't really think too much of it. But when you lose and it's counting down saying like 10, 9, 8, like the continue screen, it's your character falling. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then I kept mashing the button because I wasn't going to put another quarter in. And so I mashed through and it got to 0. In that game, when the timer hits 0, your character was falling down a pit with spikes at the bottom. So like it hit 0 and then your character just like horribly, gorily dies on these spikes. And I was like 10 and I was mortified. I was like, nope, I'm done. I'm out. It was awful. And I even knew like Mortal Kombat was like a gory game and I just did not expect that. I can't remember which Mortal Kombat it was, but I think it was, again, it was like the first 3D one that they did in arcades. I've not even paid attention to this cutscene. We're just gonna skip it. I'm gonna find out later. Someone's like, oh, you skipped the coolest quest in the game. Don't care. Yeah? Dude, I love what they did when they rebooted Mortal Kombat and they did like the story beats in between the fights. And like that's the perfect, if you're gonna do a storyline in a fighting game, that's a perfect way to do it, I think. I'd also be fine if fighting games didn't really have storylines at all, because that's not why anybody generally plays a fighting game. But if you're gonna do it, I think the way Mortal Kombat handled it was pretty good. And of course, by extension, like Injustice and some of the other games they made too. Good. Yeah, I played was it MK9 the first one, like when they did the reboot? Was that MK9? Or was it, I think it was just called Mortal Kombat and then they did 9 and 10. I played whatever the first one was in the reboot. I did not play 10. Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna skip this for not paying attention to it. Okay, I played MK9. I have no idea what's going on in this quest. That's fine. Oh, he wants to go to Ishgard? That's cool. Alright. We're now teleporting to the city that was the major hub in Heaven's Ward. The music here is pretty good. And then after we turn this quest in, I think I'm going to be done. There's something I was going to look up. I was going to look up that game you recommended in Steam. I need to go down? Nope, I need to go up. Yeah, the music here in Ishgard's dope. I love it. Requiem. I was going to look up Requiem. Alright, I completed that quest and you can get squat for it. I'll just stand right here because we'll complete the next quest here. Because I do have 68 quests, which is what I just hit. So good. Oh, it's all good. Don't apologize for finishing up your homework. Man, now I have to play MK11 then. So I'm gonna wind down Final Fantasy here. But I'm gonna pop up Steam real quick. Let's see, do I have a good screen for if I'm doing something where I don't have a game up? Nope. Well, this one actually might be okay. We'll try this. I thought I had it set so that chat pops up in the middle. I do. But it has a huge delay on it, so I don't know if you guys type any messages, if they'll show up over there or not. I haven't quite figured that out yet, but I'll bring up Steam here. You guys won't be able to see it, but... Hey, it does work. There you go. Cool. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go like this. And we'll put it right there. The idea is that if I'm AFK or in the middle of something, then I can put a small version of the game on the left-hand side and then the chat box on the right side. But we'll just do chat box since I don't have Streamlabs set up to stream my desktop yet. I don't know if I will. I don't really have a reason to do so, but Requiem. There's like 2 or 3 games with the same. Is it the free-to-play one? Oh, oh my gosh. Desiderium Mortis. There it is, I found it. Free-to-play MMO set in a dark, distant world where an event known as the Thanatos Incident rendered the world almost unlivable. Create your own biological weapon known as a Temperion and experience the horrors that grip Eorzea. The hell did I just read? It's from 2008. It reminds me of, just a little bit, it reminds me of, yep, I had it, it's gone. Soul Reaver, Legacy of Kain. If any of you guys ever played those games, it kind of looks like that just a little bit. It's wild that a game like this that came out in 2008, that's been on Steam since 2015, and has very little play, and it's got a grand total of 765 reviews. Yeah, you're welcome. And it's still going. Like, I'm not gonna download it and play it, but let's see. And the most recent, where's the most recent review? August 30th. The base game is quite enjoyable, especially with friends, but the game needs some heavy quality of life improvements and fixing of the crashes. Don't think that's happening, bud. It's open or not. I tried to enter the game, not working. Oh my goodness. Requiem Desiderium Mortis is the fourth iteration of the first 3D horror MMO, coming after Bloody Mare, Memento Mori, and Rise of the Reaver. The gameplay and graphics may not have aged that well, but the nightmarish visuals and melancholic music are still hauntingly beautiful. And they go on for 6 more paragraphs. Old game, but good game. I like it. This game is great, one of the best in its genre. There are many bugs that have not been solved since 2008. That's weird. It's wild to me that the game is still functional in 2022, which means that they still have the servers up and running. But the bugs that existed in the 2008 release of the game are still there. So the developer gives a crap enough to keep the servers running, but not enough to fix the problems with the game. Well, I was able to make a character, but that's as far as I can get. Game crashes when I hit start. You either love it or you don't. Crashes are in startup. It's hard to be nice when the devs are completely out of touch. They do not know their game. If lack of content or communication from developers bother you, stay away. And then somebody back from 2015, when the game first came out on Steam, posted a huge review that's on here and gave it a 5.5 out of 10. At the end, they said, pros, gore coalescing with the physics is amusing, if only for a while. The skill and DNA systems are fun. Nightmare monsters are scary to run into and amazingly rewarding to kill. Graphics look dated. Questing is monotonous. Combat in the lower levels is slow. I got an item from the cash shop. You get a free item spin every day. And it transported me, a level 4, to an area with level 56 nightmare monsters. That's just bad design right there. They make money off of Oh, dude. And as long as they're making enough money to keep the servers going, then it's all just free money. The developer's Gravity Interactive. Nope, they literally have not made any other games, at least not that are on Steam. Huh. There you go. You must have done the thing that I feel like most PC gamers do at some point, like most young PC gamers do, like 10, 12, 14 years old, where you've got a crap load of time on your hands but no money. Pretty soon you guys will have the opposite problem if you have more money on your hands but no time. But when you have a crap load of time on your hands as a gamer but no money, you play all of the really out there free-to-play games, and a lot of time the free-to-play MMO games, even if they're not very good, like you're like, this is my jam for the next 3 weeks because I've got nothing but time. And then you try to convince yourself, whether it is good or not, that it's really good because you've invested all the time in it. There was one, the only game, that's the other thing too. Yeah, a lot of people play games like this because they want to play online games or play games with their buddies or just play games, and they have limited hardware. And so you play something like this from 2008 that you can still run. I had a whole era of like early high school, early to late high school. I guess probably mostly all throughout high school. Well, no, because I was playing WoW in high school. So it must have been before that. So probably like 2002 to like 2004. I had like a string where it was just free MMO after free MMO, or even just free game after free game. And this was when free to play was just becoming a thing. So, I mean, I'll throw some games out here. I don't know if you guys will know these ones or not. There was an old school one. I don't even know if it's still around. I should have my desktop up so you guys can see this, but it is what it is. There was a game. Now, there's a sequel to this game that's on Steam that came out in 2014, and it's got really poor reviews, which is unfortunate. But there was a game called Guns the Duel, Gunz, and it was this free-to-play, like, arena, like, shooter game, and it had a bunch of melee weapons in it, too, and a hard parkour and wall running, and it was cool. It was, like, anime as hell before anime games were big. And that was like a free to play, again, not MMO, but like an arena game. And then like every free to play MMO under the sun, I tried for a little bit. So Maple Story, which is like the original one. My buddy and I played a game called Silk Road Online for a long time. And we really liked that game at first. They do the thing that a lot of, yeah, I know. They did a lot of things that a lot of MMOs, free-to-play MMOs do, where they suck you in with like the first couple of levels, and it seems like, oh, this isn't a pay-to-win game, or this isn't going to be a huge time sink. And then you get to like level 8, and it's like, holy crap, this is going to take me years to level up or do anything meaningful unless I spend money to speed up the process. And that was just kind of the design of like your Korean MMOs, because like most of the ones I'm talking about came from South Korea. Did you ever play Combat Arms? The zombie mode was extremely popular. I don't think so. Let's see if that's on Steam. Combat Arms. Combat Arms, the classic. No. I never played this game. No, I played Maple Story and Guns and Silk Road and Ragnarok Online and oh god, I don't even remember what else. I never played it, but I had a friend that played an ungodly amount of RuneScape, and he tried to pull me into that for a while, and that did not take. But of course, that's still going. That's a thing, RuneScape. What else did I play? I played a little bit of Warframe. Warframe's actually pretty good, and Warframe's still going. Yeah, I think Maple Story has a sequel too. I think there's a Maple Story 2 now. Is is Maple Story the original on Steam? It is. Yeah. The one thing I'll say about Maple Story, even looking at the screenshots now, the art style is really well done and pretty charming. Although I think it's wild to have a side-scrolling 2D MMO. And I could have sworn there was a Maple Story 2, unless it got canceled. Maple Story 2 is a free-to-play MMO developed by N Square. Maple Story 2 is released on July 2015 in Korea. Oh, maybe it never had an American release. Oh, it's on Nexon. Oh, you're right. It's right here. It's right here. Yep. Nexon. Nexon's the developer that did like a ton of these games that I'm talking about. Cool. Well, I probably better wind things down there. We can go down 91%. Yeah, I'm sure they did because again, the original Maple story was good. It got very grindy, but I mean that's just kind of the way it goes. And then I'm sure Maple Story 2 was great too. Oh, they have another game on their website right next to Maple Story that I think I played. Maybe not. No, I definitely played this game for a hot second. When did it come out? I don't even think you fought in this game, did you? No, you did. There's another one on Nexon's website called Mabinogi, Mabinogi, and that was one of those. Again, when I went down this rabbit hole playing all the free games, that was one of them that I tried. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wind the stream down there. If we want to keep talking about some of this stuff, we can talk about it tomorrow or on the next stream. But I appreciate it. I think other than that first stream that we did that had the dungeon and the primal fight in it, this has been the most consistent interaction in the game we've had since. So that's been really awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and wind things down, stop the recording, stop the stream. So no, thanks for joining, Dan. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate any of you guys when you show up and hang out and interact with chat. And again, it makes it exciting for me because it gives me people to talk to and interact with, and makes it feel like a big party in here. So I'll be back again on Wednesday night, probably on the downswing from like dungeons and stuff again. But I might we'll run through one of the old ones or do something fun, find some ways to kind of interact with people in ways, because I could probably look into other things. It's not just dungeons and stuff. There's other ways to hang out and play with people. So we'll see. Or maybe we can see about doing something with some of the esports students too. So, all right. And then thank you to the new followers we got tonight. So Anime and who else did we get? West Delaware High School Esports. JJ Colade, thank you, Jeffrey. So we got 3 new followers tonight, which is fantastic. So thank you guys, and I will see you next time.